La 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 la. Good morning or good afternoon. It is 103 degrees today, and it's supposed to get hotter than it is right now. It's only like 11 in the morning. It's too hot. Even with the fan on up here, it is just blowing hot air, scorching. So, good afternoon. Why am I coming on? Well, I'm coming on for two reasons. If you follow my Instagram, you've seen that I am currently on day 4 of a juice cleanse, and it is not fun. But and everyone's got their own opinions about health and nutrition and whatever, and I love it and I appreciate it, and I'm just doing this for me, and it makes me feel good, even though it doesn't taste good. But when Jenny was diagnosed, we found this person who does this whole diet and this whole routine, or not a diet, a lifestyle. I hate to call it a diet. And she is a cancer survivor, still lives with stage 4 cancer. It's been like 17 years. Anyway, she has this whole, thing about juicing and raw diet and whatever. And Jenny and I did it for, we always juiced in the past, and we would get on little kicks. And it's one thing that I've noticed, that if I need a kickstart into health, it's a good kickstart. Like, it's obviously, I'm not gonna live my life juicing 2 to 3 times a day, and that's it. I know that is great. You're getting your fruits and vegetables, but there's other things your body needs, and whatever. Why am I saying all this? My point is, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I've been juicing, and it's hard, but I'm already seeing results. I feel like it's easier to get up in the morning. I hate to sound cliche and like it works so great, but I already feel better. I just noticed in myself, I film myself every day, and so I see myself often, and sometimes you see something and you're like, I could do better. And I guess what this whole thing led me to think about was that, at least for me, and I'm only speaking for me, anytime I speak, I'm speaking for me, so you can take it or leave it, but when in our marriage and in our relationship, it's really nice to have a partner who can kindly call you out sometimes when you need to be called out. And that's what Jenny always did. She was always our Kickstarter. She was always our, hey, we need to get back on the path to healthy eating. And she would always be the one to initiate it. And of course, me, I'm always like, whatever you want, babe, let's do it. And so she would say something like, hey, we need to get back on the right track. Let's start. Or, hey, I really feel like juicing. Let's go buy stuff. She was always the motivator. And what I'm realizing is, in this nearly 8 months of being without my spouse, keep in mind, I was with Jenny since I was about 16, 17 years old, as best friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, and husband and wife. So she's all I know. And she was so kind and so good, and she was so quick to be like, I love you no matter what you look like, what your pant size is, what you're weighing, whatever. But I also love you enough to say, hey, we need to get a little bit healthier than we've been. And I've noticed that with this 8 months in being without her, I don't have anybody to do that. It's all on me. And it's very eye-opening. And I can really get into bad habits with eating that aren't being called out because it's just me. And so I got to a point in watching, I think, one of our latest videos, and I said, you know what, I want to get a little bit healthier, and I know the perfect way to, there's a bee. I know the perfect way to kickstart. It's always worked for me in the past, and Jenny and I loved to do it. It doesn't taste great, you know, I mean, there are juices that taste better than others, and I've gotten better at making tastier juices, but it's not a hamburger, right? It's not a sandwich, it's not a big yummy salad, it's just a giant green juice. But anyway, I realized I wanted to kind of kickstart a little health thing, and so I promised myself I would do 7 days of juicing. Hi, bee. All right, so I think the bee's gone. You're just hanging around my head. I'm fine with bees, but just like, why are you hanging around my head? So anyway, my point was, I wanted to kind of kickstart into just a little healthier eating, and a good way for me always, and Jen and I, we always would juice, and then it would be easier to transition into healthy eating because you're so used to just having juice. And then all you want is, you just crave like fruits and veggies and, you know, healthy proteins and things like that. So that's what I'm doing. But my hot take, the reason why I came on here to talk about it is, and I don't know if this is for everybody, but if you have lost your significant other, I feel like it can be very easy to fall into bad habits because you don't have that person to check you. Jenny was so good at checking me and, you know, being like, you know, we did a lot of bad eating last week or yesterday or whatever, let's do better. You know, she was always really good at that. And, you know, when you don't have that and it's just you at night after the kids go to bed and you're in control of your snacking and going to the fridge, going to the cupboard, it's a lot harder to say no to things when you don't have another person there kind of helping you, or you know, you feel motivated by your significant other. I always did, and now I don't have that. So I don't know, I just wanted to come on and talk about it. But I feel like this is one thing that is not talked about is, you know, one form of grieving could definitely be your eating habits, right? And I think that just goes along with sadness, depression, anger, anxiety. You know, your brain is filled up with so much space of other things that you put your diet and your nutrition last. And it's very easy and quick to grab something unhealthy as opposed to juicing or cooking a healthy meal or looking up new recipes. So I think the reason why I wanted to talk about it is, if anyone else is going through this, I get it. Because if you lost that person who was your muse, the reason why you do things, the reason why you eat healthy, the reason why you get up in the morning, and you lost them, it's hard to get motivated to do those things. The second part of that is consistent exercise. You know, I have a history of being a consistent person who worked out, who exercised with sports, and then with college sports that I did, and then it all kind of died off. And then there were certain periods in our marriage, before kids and after kids, where like I would go to the gym and got on a consistent basis with that. Then later on in life, I would go on runs just around the city or whatever. And of course I could, because Jen was at home with the kids and I could leave the house. Now I cannot. You can't leave the house with the kids. So now I'm focusing, as you guys have seen in a couple of my videos, doing those at-home cycling, which has been amazing. And currently I've been doing sometimes 2 a day, but mainly 1 a day. And with juicing, I'm already seeing results it's been 4 days. Like, I'm seeing results. I can see it. And I can see it on the scale, which I'm not a big fan of constantly weighing yourself. I don't care. I just want to feel better, and look a little better and be at my best. And so I guess what I wanted to say is, it's hard to lose your partner, right? And it's even harder to stay motivated to stay at your best self when it's just you. Like, you're the only one. who, like, I'm making all my own decisions, and I don't have that person to be like, no, you know. And I don't know, it's made for I'm just not 100% happy with myself right now. That's not to say I'm not fully confident, and I believe in myself, and I'm confident in who I am. I just know I could be better with my nutrition wise, and my exercise. So that's what I'm doing. People have asked, like, why are you juicing? Make sure you're eating. And I completely agree. I do need to be eating, not just juicing. It's just what I've always found in the past is when I do this extreme juicing based on this book that I read, then it's easier for me to go into healthy eating right after this, because then all you crave is just food. So you're good with a salad, you're good with a bowl of mixed berries and fruits and veggies and things like that. So, and it's causing the kids to eat more nutritious meals too, because that's all I really have shopped for in the last week or so is just healthy stuff. So they're getting more fruits and vegetables in, they're eating better meals too. So it's good for all of us. And it just made me think today that, oh, I don't have my partner, I don't have my spouse, I don't have my best friend to be like, hey, Kyle, you know, it was always fun for us to do those things together, to get healthy, to exercise, to, you know, we would challenge each other and do like weigh-ins and just things like that. It was fun. And I don't have that anymore. So I'm just trying to make the best of it and, I don't know, do better. So that's what I'm feeling the last couple days, and I feel better. I feel so much better, healthier in the last 4 days than I have in months. So I'm proud of myself, and I'm doing it on my own. I also have a couple friends that, actually you guys know, but Brad, my brother-in-law, and then one of his good friends, we're in a group text, and we text all the time when we complete a workout on the Peloton. We'll send it to each other. And at first I was like, this isn't motivating me, I don't care. And then it was like, well, he did a workout today, I can do one. And now we just text each other back and forth every day. Hey, I got on for 30 minutes, or I did 45 minutes, I did an hour. And we'll send each other our workouts, and it motivates all of us to hop on. So that's one thing I've noticed, is you need a little bit of a motivation. I mean, some people can do it all on their own, and some people need a little push, and I always need a little push. So yeah, my hot take was just, when you're grieving and if you lost a spouse or a best friend or somebody you did these types of things with, it's really hard to get motivated to do them again. And for me, it was health. It was hard to get back on the health train and want to eat right and want to eat healthy and to monitor myself and to do all that, because my wife was the main one who did all that, and now it's just me solo, and I'm making my own diet choices and my own diet decisions, and sometimes it's not the best. So I'm trying to make better ones. And one thing this is getting me to do too, it's part of the cleanse that I'm doing, is I'm drinking about 4 of these a day. I don't even know how many. It's a lot of ounces. You're supposed to drink tons of ounces. I looked up the number and did the math, and like, I'm drinking way more than they suggest, and that's good when you're trying to cleanse, because you're constantly cleaning out your system. And I'm feeling my body crave water more when I'm juicing, so I'm grabbing for less, you know, cruddy drinks. I'm still drinking coffee in the morning, but one thing I'm doing is I'm not getting coffee out as much. So I'm speaking like I've done this for months. It's been 4 days, but you know, less going to like a Starbucks that's got a lot more sugar and bad stuff in it for you than just an at-home coffee with a little spritz of soy milk or whatever. But I'm just noticing a difference in myself, in my energy. I noticed too, one thing that I always realized in the past, and Jenny would always point out, is when I did juice cleansing like this and got on a health kick, my skin would start to clear up, and I've already noticed my skin clearing up, which is a huge benefit for me. I always appreciate the heck out of that when my skin does that. I also get these mouth sores sometimes on the inside of my mouth. They're called canker sores. I think maybe we've talked about this before, but I notice when I eat a lot of like carbs and breads, I get more breakouts, and when I do eating healthy like this, I get none. So I haven't had any in a while. I'm just feeling good. I know that juicing won't last forever, but it's an amazing kickstart, and I'm proud of myself. So what I wanted to share is, if you're grieving and if you lost that person that's your motivator, you know, I hope that we could come online here and motivate each other. Some people have reached out to me on Instagram and say, hey, you've motivated me to start. I hope that I could do that, and I hope that some people could do that for me too, because yeah, I lost the person that kick-started all my health journeys, and you need that in life. Sometimes you need someone to kick you in the butt. Sometimes you need someone to pick you up and tell you it's gonna be okay, and Jenny was always that for me. She was such a good balance of like, come on, and also sweet and kind and beautiful and perfect. So I don't know, that's my hot take for today is it's hard to be healthy when you lose your significant other, because you're making all your choices and it's easy just to grab for what's right there, and it's hard to cook, it's hard to go shopping for clean meals, and I'm just proud of myself for the past week of doing that. And yeah, tonight is Winnie's performance. She has a big performance. I'm gonna film that, so but until next time, guys, the next video will probably be Winnie's performance. You'll see little clips, and then we're gonna go out to eat with my family and things like that. But yeah, love you guys. Thanks for listening. I don't know what my point was, but love you guys. Oh, and cheers. This one's not as bad. I added more apple, I added a whole orange, a lemon, and then the rest is greens, romaine lettuce, kale, celery, cucumber, and then you got an orange, a lemon, and 2 Granny Smith apples, and a little bit of ginger. And this one is way easier to go down than the one I made yesterday. So, cheers. Day 4.